backtrack? This is you take your headphones and you put those on your ears like this. Try that, everyone. Okay, and take one off, because that's what's cool. I don't know why. That's what DJ Marky Mark does. Yeah, and then you're going to take this thing called a record, and you're going to put that on your turntable. Then you're going to scratch your record like a DJ, like, and then make the robot voice go. You do that. Nice work. So beat in the body. Beat in the body. Y'all beat in the body. Everybody move your body. Give yourself a round of applause.
In the amount spent, a smaller impact or a larger impact. And we know counseling and education and clinical interventions are very important, but they tend to impact on a smaller scale. Being a public health entity, we're trying to reach people on the population level to really have the largest impact. And you can see that in some examples like fluoridation of water, tobacco taxes, smoke-free laws. Those are things that happened at the population level that really
Instant recess. This woman here in the middle is Dr. Tony Yancey. In fact, she was the one who was supposed to be here today, but I am filling in for her. And it's tailored to, culturally tailored. There's also sports and other setting-specific elements within this. Okay, it's very low maintenance and low cost. You don't have to change clothes in order to do this. It can be modified to meet all sorts of abilities. And most importantly, it can be used by anyone, anytime, anywhere. And there are resources that are available out there for instant recess, but really, you can create your own instant recess anytime. Laxity and leg muscles. There's also studies out now that talk about deep vein thrombosis, which is basically when you're sitting for a long time, cutting off circulation to veins in your legs. I mean, these are real issues, okay? And the important thing here, consequences apply to completely sedentary and regular exercisers.
You'll take your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to grab the center of balance with that knife. So you're actually grabbing the metal. You're not going to be able to control the knife if you hold it back here. So you grab the metal, these three fingers go around the handle, and there you are. Oh, last night, I was over at Giant buying the groceries for today's class. And I was going over to the aisle where I could buy my vulgar or the bullish shoes. And I noticed this little bag of kale chips. You know how much it was? It was almost $8. I thought, really? Okay. And it was ranch flavored. I thought, I've got some ranch seasoning. I've got some kale. No, I'm not paying that for that. But somebody's clean laughing all the way to the bank. But you do lose a lot, and you get all that packaging. Somebody's got to pay for that, right? But what we want to do is we want to teach you how to do this, and you don't have to buy that 8 bag of kale chips. So here's my kale, all in chip little pieces. You're going to add your olive oil. I think I have salt on my recipe. You may want to do, there's other seasons you can do. You can do Parmesan cheese. You can go with it however you want to, your ranch seasoning. The most important thing is to make sure you really get in here with these chips. You can't just and you put it on the sheet pan. You've got to work the oil and the seasonings, but you've got to get through all that curly kale, right? So you can get that seasoning in. So work it really well, and then you're going to place it on your sheet pan. And here's the so you've got all these pieces, you've got them, they're not stacked, they're loosely on your sheet pan. You're going to put it into the oven. And I can't tell you how long it's going to take in your oven. Everybody asks me that question. At home, I have an electric convection oven, and it takes about 6 minutes. But I have a fast oven at home, so it may take a little longer. If they start to turn black, they've gone too far. You still want them to have a slightly green color to them. Don't turn them. Don't try to lift them off of the pan. Do not use parchment paper. You want that heat coming from that hot pan. And then when you pull them out, they should crunch like a chip. Store them loosely in a Ziploc bag. If you store them in a tight, Rubbermaid type container, they will be soggy in an hour. So keep them loose, keep the air on them. So how many of you have made these? For my kale chip people. Okay, the rest of you definitely need to try them.